What's up, nerds? Plugged In has never been more back, and it is still better than ever. I'm your host, Owen Hook of Holland, and today I'm joined by Max and X. Today, we will be discussing new games from Mario Party, Dragon Ball, Space Marines, and more. Let's roll that intro right now. Alright guys, so our first game to discuss is Super Mario Party Jamboree, which, as of the time of filming, is actually being released today, as in right now.
Interesting. I mean, honestly, dude, I didn't really think this game was coming out. I didn't hear about it until like maybe a week ago, but I'm kind of excited because, I mean, I've been looking at the trailers and it looks like really interesting. We're getting like a good amount of game modes and stuff, and like, some new characters we really haven't seen in Mario Party before.
Yeah, there's two new characters, those being Pauline and Ninji. I feel like Pauline is starting to get the same treatment that Rosalina did back in the day, whereas Rosalina first appeared in Super Mario Galaxy, and then she appeared in Mario Kart Wii, and then started appearing in Mario Party. Yeah. Do you think Pauline is getting similar treatment?
If I'm being honest with you, man, like I really don't know much about Pauline in terms of just like her history to Mario Party, but it's definitely exciting to see her kind of pop up onto the scene and get like a new, I guess you could say not a new cast of characters, but kind of adding on to the cast that already exists. Like I think X would agree with me here in saying that like just being able to have more variety when you're playing like a game like Mario Party is gonna kind of like, you know, change up the game a little bit and have something to work with.
Yeah, I do agree. I think in terms of like Pauline, I think Pauline's been around maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Pauline has been around since Mario was just Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she sort of regained more popularity like when Super Mario Odyssey came out. And then since Odyssey, we're getting her in a lot more games like Super Mario Party. Have we gotten her in Mario Kart yet?
I don't. I think maybe it's some like DLC or whatever. I don't really keep up with her like that in terms of characters.
Yeah, yep. We might have. She was definitely a DLC in Mario Tennis Aces, but the other new character, Ninji, I'll be honest, I'm a pretty big Mario fan. I have not even heard of Ninji.
Neither have I. Okay, none of you have heard of Ninji.
Yeah.
No. For the board setup, they actually have 7 boards, including 2 classic boards, those being Mario's Rainbow Castle from the original Mario Party and Western Land from Mario Party 2.
Yeah. I mean, I've always like loved Mario Party's like different boards and like the different kind of. Okay, I have like a love-hate relationship with Mario Party because every single time I play, I get like dunked on because my brother and my cousins always team up on me every single time we play. Doesn't matter the board. I don't know what their problem is, but I mean, it's just interesting. I've always had an appreciation for the game mechanics in terms of like the different maps and stuff like that. And just being able to like kind of like how every single board never feels the same. Like even when you're on that same board, like every different part of the board feels different.
Another thing to note is that this will be the first Mario Party game without some of the original voice actors, including Charles Martinet, who did the voices for Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. How do we think that's going to play into the game?
I'm always going to miss Charles Martinet as Mario.
Yeah.
Like, I think, who's his new voice actor now? The one who did Mario Wonder?
Yes, I believe so.
Who's he?
I don't know. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Okay. So far, I do like him. I think my mind is still too attached to Charles Martinet to really.
Yeah, I mean he's such like an iconic voice. It's like, it's like basically it's like the same thing when you know you have like a voice actor who like I don't know, say for example like Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man. Like you know how like so many people grew up with him, and then like when Andrew Garfield took over the role, or when Tom Holland became Spider-Man, like people were like, oh, that's not my Spider-Man. Like it's just kind of one of those things where it's like you're attached to the idea or you're attached to a certain voice or whatever. So it's kind of, you know, it's
jarring.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely going to take a little while to get used to, and hopefully this game is better than the original Super Mario Party, which was a great game.
Yeah.
But this is on track to hopefully be better than that.
Can I be transparent about something? I won't say I've never played it before. I don't play Mario Party that often. Like normally I play like occasionally when I'm get together with my friends, and I often find myself just either trying to work together with everyone or trying to cheer everyone on. I don't know. I don't really feel like I've lost any friendships from Mario Party, luckily enough.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, I do.
And that brings us to our next new game, which is coming out, which is called Dragon Ball
Sparking Zero. It's already out.
It's already out.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, I've I love Dragon Ball games in terms of like just the different fighting. Like when Dragon Ball Kakarot came out, like I was playing that like every single day with my friends. Like, I love Dragon Ball games in general. Like I grew up with a Dragon Ball Budokai
Tenkaichi
games, yeah. And those were just like so fun to play in terms, like, because you feel like you're in the show when you're playing it. Like,
Yeah.
Especially like every single time with like when they add on new characters from like whether it's like Super or like even like some older characters from like, I know many people don't like it, but Dragon Ball, what is it called again? The one with like Baby Vegeta and stuff like that.
The new one, Daima?
No, not Daima. It was the older one.
The older one. There's.
It was the one where it introduced Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, GT.
Yeah, GT. Like I actually really like
Oh,
GT.
okay.
So, but yeah, I'm excited. So be able to. I haven't gotten my hands on the game yet. But
I've seen a lot of people playing the game, and honestly, I don't really feel like I can get the game myself. Like I've talked to one of my friends back home about this. We can't get this game yet because if we do, our lives are going to be on hold. Because this, I'm sorry, I've seen the footage. This game is going to be one of the sweatiest games out there.
dude, I mean, like, I feel like every single time, like, because you tell yourself when you're going in, like, oh, you know, it's going to be a casual match. You know, we're just playing with the boys. It's nothing serious.
No, it's never going to be casual if you're playing with the boys. It's going to be beam struggles all night.
No, literally, dude. Like, you play Piccolo and a special beam cannon.
Or you're playing, it's Chaozu versus Chaozu, and you're both just, I'm gonna try and stand up. Hold up. You're both just standing here, just like this, and just approaching each other. You know, he doesn't even have like a walking animation. He just stands like this and just menacingly moves towards you.
He just stands in place, goes.
Yes, he just approaches you menacingly. That's Chaozu.
Well, my first thing is, why are you playing as Chaozu in a Dragon Ball fighting game?
Why aren't you playing as
Of
Chaozu?
all people to play, why would you play as Chaozu?
People play Mr. Satan. People play as Yamcha. People play
that's
as
true.
anybody. Why wouldn't you play as the exploding clown baby?
Yeah,
So that begs the question. This is a fighting game, right?
This is.
Are we talking that this could be successful on the levels of like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or anything like that?
I'm believing so.
I think so. I mean, it's not like Mortal Kombat levels of like popularity, but it's Dragon Ball. And if there's one thing Dragon Ball fans are good at, is that they're good at being able to push a product when it comes out. Like even, like I know some people had mixed feelings about Super. Super still did pretty well because Dragon Ball fans will push anything that's Dragon Ball.
It threw power scaling out the window, though, and that's what makes the Dragon Ball fandom just go insane.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm excited. I think it'll be pretty successful because people love Dragon Ball. People love being able to play as the characters. Not so much in terms of just like fighting games, but more so just the fact of like, oh, I want to feel like Goku. I want to feel like Vegeta. I want to, you know, be like Broly and just be able to like destroy my cousin in it or whatever.
Yeah.
So you basically want to go sicko mode.
Yeah.
I
Imagine playing as Whis, and since you know the characters in this game aren't actually like balanced the way you think they are.
Why not?
They are like lore accurate power levels. So like Yamcha, like if Yamcha went up against like Whis, for instance, he's not supposed to be able to like one shot Whis. Whis should just be like dodging every single attack he makes.
Dude, I don't know. If you're playing as Yamcha in a Dragon Ball fighting game, you're kind of asking to get your butt handed to you.
Yeah.
You're asking for trouble. But then again, they probably are trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're playing as this person knew you're playing as like Lord Barris, and he chose Chaozu. you don't want to mess with this guy?
Brother.
No, that is going to be what causes issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the game. I'm excited to probably get crapped on by some random sweaty dude who spends all his time in the basement. So
Honestly, I just need me and my friend just go all night. Like we're actually Goku and Vegeta, just beam struggles, throwing hands all night long.
yeah, it's gonna be
That is the ultimate dream. Me and the boys.
Well, the final game we have to talk about for the show is Warhammer's 40,000 Space Marines 2.
yes.
Probably the sequel.
It is the sequel, and it's a sequel that's been a long time coming. Because, dude, the Warhammer community has been waiting for this for so long. Like, in terms of like Warhammer, like as a franchise, there's a lot of lore that comes along with it, and it's hard to get into because people don't know where to start with it. Because it's originally a tabletop game from the '80s, so people don't really have an idea of like, okay, I know what Warhammer is, but like, how do I like get into the franchise? And I feel like Space Marines 2 has done a really good job at getting a bunch of new fans into it.
That begs the question, when was the original game released, Warhammer's 40,000 Space Marines?
40K.
So like I said, the original tabletop game is from the 80s. I can't remember off the top of my head when the original Space Marines came out. I'm pretty sure it was like a while ago. What I do know about the newest game is that in terms of just how amazing it is, like the Tyranids, the skins, like you actually playing as a Space Marine fighting for the Imperium of Man is, dude, is everything I could ask for in a Warhammer game.
It kind of sounds like what Helldivers 2 was.
It's better than Helldivers. I'm saying it right now. Helldivers sucks compared to Warhammer 40K, bro. I mean, at least Space Marines too. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Helldivers. It was a good game when it came out. It was fun, but it just kind of fell off quickly.
Yeah.
Space Marines 2, though, dude, it's like it kind of gives like similar vibes to like when you're playing Halo in the early 2000s.
I
Like,
remember
it's-
Halo.
Yeah, like it's that level of good. Like, hopping on at like 3 a.m. in the morning with the boys, and like you're just like, dude, let's run some like, run like a quick match of like PvP or whatever, and like it's kind of the same vibes with Space Marines too.
Until mom comes in and tells you to go back to bed or else you lose your electronics.
Well, I don't have that problem anymore because I'm a 20-year-old man, so I'm staying up as long as I want.
Yeah, I'm a 21-year-old man. My mother can still tell me what to do if I'm in their house. But like, Mom, if you're seeing this, I'm not trying to disobey you, I promise.
Yeah, I
We
get
don't
that.
have any disrespect.
Well, yeah.
As long as I'm in my mother's house, I will follow her rules. But if it's just me in my dorm, I will stay up as long as I want to, as long as it doesn't kill me.
I mean, fair enough. I would do the same thing.
But I mean, what I really love about like the new update, number one, it's free, so it's not like you really have to pay for like a. The only thing you have to really pay for is like obviously like the battle pass or whatever it's called nowadays. Like every single game has it, but for the most part, everything that's coming with the game as an update is completely free. So you're getting new skins, you're getting new tiered enemies. Honestly, there's so much about it that I could just go into, like the Dark Angels chapter, which is like a relatively unknown chapter of Space Marines. I'm excited to see that like as an actual skin in the game. So, I mean, honestly too, I'm also excited to see like what this game holds in the future because there's more than just Tyranids out there. Like,
Yep.
there's the Necrons, there's the Eldar. Like, there's even the Tau too, which are a little bit of a more unknown faction, but like the Orcs as well. We haven't really seen much from the Orcs. It's mostly been the Tyranids because they're like a base enemy that's like, oh, these guys are like, standard like enemies, like kill aliens, or whatever. But I mean, dude, I'm excited for it.
What else is new to the game?
So, in particular with this update, there's going to be a lot, like, they're introducing a lot more, like, PvP mode. So, like, you can do, like, different Space Marine chapters in terms of, like, chapter versus chapter sort of combat. So, it's going to be interesting to see, like, how, like, people play against each other versus just, like, the co-op style game that we've kind of gotten from, like, just fighting aliens and fighting Tyranids. So...
Before we sign off for the night, let's get into some of the upcoming movies that we have. First up, we have We Live in Time, starring former Spider-Man star Andrew Garfield.
I'm excited for that.
Okay.
I'm excited for that. I feel like Andrew Garfield is such an underrated actor. Like you can do a lot with him. I just feel like in terms of like his acting ability, it's very versatile. It's just that he needs to be put under the right circumstances in order to shine his best.
Does that include Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 1, like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 more so, Spider-Man 2, but yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. Then we have Smile 2. Sounds like a horror movie.
Nope, keep that away from me. Nope.
I'll probably go see it, or at least...
I've seen too many smiles in my nightmares. Nope. Keep that away from me.
Did you see the original Smile
Nope.
as well, X?
Nope.
No?
Keep that away from me. No, sir.
Let this be known. X is not a fan of horror movies.
He is not.
What about you, Max? Have you seen the original Smile?
I've not seen the original Smile. I'll probably go see this as like a second-rate horror movie. I say that now, but it might either be very good or very bad. But I'll definitely go check it out.
I heard the first one wasn't really the best. Like it was fine, but it was kind of middling.
That also makes 3 of us that have not seen the first Smile movie, because I have not seen it either. Another sequel that's coming out is Venom 2, a
3.
3,
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. The question is, will there be carnage?
Oh,
Well,
Carnage.
not anymore.
Carnage was already in the second.
There will be
movie.
no.
I mean, I'm excited for this movie in particular, just in the way they've kind of built up the trailer in terms of like adding to the lore. The fact that they're adding in, I forget what his name is, but the symbiote god.
No.
Yeah. I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah. I'm actually excited for this. Also, We have Venom Frog, Venom Fish, and Venom Horse. I don't know why, but I am infinitely excited about that for some reason.
This is definitely.
What are we going to have next? Venom Snail?
We might have Venom. We could have Venom Snail.
It's gonna be interesting.
You just fuse Venom with anything at this point.
Have you seen Zombie Venom, which is actually terrifying? There's a Zombie Venom where he fuses with a corpse.
Interesting.
In addition to that, we also have Heretic starring Hugh Grant.
I didn't even realize this movie was coming out.
Me neither.
Never did I. I'm sorry. Sorry, Heretic.
But I'll
Yeah,
definitely
sorry,
have to check it
Heretic.
out.
Sorry, Mr. Grant.
I'll add it to my list of other movies I still have yet to see.
Finally, we have Red One starring The Rock and Chris Evans.
Add one more to the Dwayne Johnson cinematic universe.
I feel like Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies are very hit or miss at this point because he just kind of plays as himself every single time.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, it might be pretty good. I mean, this is this the movie where he's like, it's like a Christmas movie or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's like it has J.K. Simmons in it. I don't know. Well, I'll probably watch that one as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for this show. I'm Owen Hook of Holland for Max, X, and the entire MUTV crew for Plugged In. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, Millersville.